Hey folks, we're back for part 2 of the playthrough of the demo of Magin the Rat Project Stories. I am really, I'm just very curious. The first part of the demo was really good, so if you haven't checked that video out, please do. Thank you to the folks over at Daedelic Entertainment and Evolve PR for sending over the key so that I could check this out a little bit before Steam Next Fest. So if you are watching this and Steam Next Fest is still going on, the demo is available and you can check it out and play through it yourself. In the meantime, let's go ahead, let's hop into episode 2 or part 2. I can't imagine there's going to be like 3 parts. That'd be it's a lot of demo. So, last time, remember, we are playing as L, who seems to be exceptionally benched from his role as a bit of a sellsword for the Syndicate. We are tasked to go run groceries and drop off a package.
Errand? I hate you.
Lies.
Yeah, to essentially go get groceries and drop off a package to the judge. Ah, boy.
Sad leftover from the time when Gridena tried to be classy.
Looks nice though.
Am I going the right way?
Well, I couldn't tell you is the thing. That is one thing I wish that I wish there was some sort of direction. Though I guess there is a quest log and I can. No, this is the active quest. I don't know what this inn does. Alright, well. It would be nice to have something that would, in theory, point me in the right direction. As opposed to me just walking and then finding out, like, nah, you hacked it up, dude.
The judge's house. I ain't knocking this time.
Bruised your knuckles already.
Nah, just keeping them for that ugly face of yours.
Whatever.
Office hours are closed. Come back in the afternoon.
I like their
If you
dynamic
don't want
between
the
the two of them.
package from Serera, we don't have to come back.
Haven't seen you around for a while. Thought Serera let you go.
Everyone's very busy. I'm sure you've heard about the banquet.
Well, she just dodged the question, essentially dodged the discussion completely.
The event of the season. Such as the seasons are here. Yes, I've heard. Going back to Serera after this.
On our way to the market, but then, yes. Do you need us to take a message back?
Ugh.
If you're going to the market, I'm sure it won't be too much trouble to take a message there. I have some papers for the butcher. Trade permits. If you don't mind taking them with you.
This
Not
guy,
at all.
We charge for delivery service.
thank you. This guy's on my last nerve.
Would a copper piece be enough? I'll add a second one as a tip.
You can shove
No
it.
charge,
Thank
no
you.
worries. We'll get the message to him. Have a great day.
L is my speed, though. I'm not here to be talked down to. Like a copper piece, and no. Do I know the currency here? Do I know how much a copper piece is? No.
You'll land yourself in jail one of these days.
He's in Serera's pocket. He wouldn't dare. He's all bark.
Bark that carries. I forgot how much you hate the judge.
I was.
Say, did he step on your toes? Or is it an innate disrespect of authority?
Why can't it be both?
¿Por qué lo nos dos? Yeah, I don't know. I'm relating. I'm vibing. Okay. Let's see. We've got some other folks for in our journal. I would love to have the journal up, like a notification that the journal has updated as well. Obviously, this is a demo. There's stuff that's work in progress, but these are actually good journal articles. There's good context in here, and I think pointing players towards this information is a good idea. So the Syndicate is Sorera's underworld organization built to fulfill diverse missions of quote-unquote utmost importance, as Sorera puts it. Sorera would pluck new members from the lower rungs of society, orphans, the homeless, thugs, lost souls, but only those who had managed to cope with their harsh lot. He would seek out the most cunning, resourceful, strong, and wily among them. They were a motley crew, each with their own unique talents and quirks. It was their home, the family they most likely never had. Vaughn, Mothy, Rookie, Sparrow, and others, they all shared a special bond. Outcasts, renegades existing outside the realm of normalcy. But fortune can play tricks on anyone. Okay, so we get a better understanding of what the Syndicate is. I will say, I'm very curious because the Syndicate seems to only have one woman in it. Seems to. We don't know. But I would love for this to not be one of those, like, and here's our token woman situations. But we don't know. And of course, Gridena. Tradesmen, craftsmen, shopkeepers, workers, servants, peasants, town guards, beggars, and courtesans, all living in the dreary town of Gridena, located on a secondary trade route in lands familiar solely to remarkably enthusiastic geopolitical devotees. Nobody knows this place exists. A sense of community and shared purpose is conspicuously absent in this settlement. Survival is the primary objective for every inhabitant, as they strive to rise above their dismal surroundings. Amidst the gloom, there are individuals who shine like beacons of hope, but all too often they are snuffed out by the oppressive forces around them, or they withdraw into themselves, succumbing to cynicism and despair. I hate to think about that. I oftentimes feel like I am tempted to succumb to cynicism and despair. It's a big part of why it's so hard for me to create content. Like, trying to make these pieces of information or whatever that are supposed to go on the internet and convince an algorithm that it's like important. I don't know. And then to think about all of the time and energy that we spend on these platforms, the money that it directs to people who are so incredibly disconnected from us and who can make these decisions that absolutely alter the fate of humanity, as dramatic as that sounds. And there's no real recourse. There's no real accountability. What would even accountability look like for like a Mark Zuckerberg, an Elon Musk? I don't actually know. It sure wouldn't be Elon continuing to run Twitter. That would not be it. Anyway, Hernan, an older dwarf in service of Sorera, managing his day-to-day affairs and the less criminal dealings of the Syndicate. As he slows down in his twilight years, Hernan starts to delegate a lot of his tasks, entrusting errands to other Syndicate members. They are not always thrilled with that, perceiving some of them as beneath their station, but the orders always come from Sorera, and so nobody really dares to dispute that with Hernan. Last but not least, Rookie, the newest member of the team. He remains eager to prove himself, especially to the old guard. Prone to risks and rash decisions, he is nonetheless highly skilled and daring. Maintains some degree of innocence amongst the jaded members of the Syndicate. It's really, it's efficient yet rich world building. And I think what I really appreciate about all those journal entries is if I didn't read them, I think I would still pretty much get that impression. Each of those descriptions, just from what we've experienced in the story already.
Ugh, it never ends.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about specifically. I imagine it's the laundry, but there are 3 kids here, so it really could be anything. Kids? I don't even have my own kids. I'm just around them. And oh boy, the kids are...
Let's make sure that nothing is missing, shall we?
We'll be missing blood in my hands soon.
Kids are a big deal, friends. Alright, so let's make our way to the marketplace.
Want a beer?
Have you ever considered doing something before taking a break?
I feel personally attacked.
Why would you knock there?
I was curious.
I was.
Man, I'm so hungry.
I hope I'll be able to give that person food.
Looking for a job?
On a notice board? Not my game.
Okay. I love that there are all these extra doors.
Weird. Nah, nothing.
Let's just go ahead and see if we can find the marketplace. The town is fairly large, but you can see also it's incredibly run down and kind of poor.
Here we are. The sights and stinks of the marketplace. Moldy bread, smuggled weapons, some meat just this side of rotten, and cheap wine.
Is that our shopping list?
Better check. I gave it to you already. Get to it.
Me? What are you going to do?
Your mission, your problem. I see a sun patch by the fountain just calling my name.
I'm kind of vibing Nivea, I won't lie. Alright, let's order our veggies for the banquet.
I'll be right with you, dearie. I can have the seeds delivered next week. What do you need with the whole lot?
Feeding pigeons. Little rascals are ravenous, I'm discovering. Could eat their weight and then some.
I'd heard the missing eyes and the smile. I know I'm getting that it's the art style, but it, for some reason with her, is just more terrifying. It is.
Ah, rats in the sky. You're gonna have to deal with a lot of shit, I tell you.
Yes, I've discovered that too.
Now I'm with you, dearie.
Alright, I'm guessing
What do you
that
need?
Got a
that
list here.
guy is gonna be
I'll take it from here.
back
Don't
in a minute.
you worry about a thing.
Not in a minute, but sometime later in the game. Order meat for the banquet.
Hey, I got jewels. I got satin. How about pickles? Anything you can imagine.
Hey, what a-
I'm walking here. Delivery. Make way.
Excuse? Wait. Oh no! The kid's toy.
Fuck. Sorry.
Son, your playtime's over. It's time to go home.
But Mom!
What can I help you with?
I want to get that kid's toy back.
Any recommendations?
Just look at this ham. I'm sure it tastes great.
But you're sure?
You see, I'm a pescatarian.
Yeah. And a butcher?
And a butcher.
Like my dad. But I heard that the shoemaker's children are ill-shod. So I stopped eating meat.
I heard that the shoemaker's children are ill-shod. I'm a butcher like my father. You know, I don't know exactly what that means. Ill-shod. That's what I thought it was, is like they don't. Like, it's not worn well. I'm guessing it's kind of like a. The problem is that I'm not understanding the connection. Used a certain religious. So Shad, yeah, Shad is wearing shoes. So Ilshad would be not particularly well shod. They have poor shoes. So, like, are you saying that you would rather the meat become shoes?
You see, I'm a pescatarian.
And a butcher.
Like my dad. But I heard that the shoemaker's children are ill-shod. So I stopped eating meat.
I'm a butcher like my dad, but I heard that the shoemaker's children are ill-shod. I'm doing the family business, but the shoemaker doesn't seem to be making a lot of money. Isn't getting them shoes, so I stopped eating meat.
You see, I'm a
I don't know. There's something in there I'm not totally understanding. I feel if you know why the shoemaker's kids not having shoes would be a reason for the butcher to be a pescatarian, let me know in the comments. I'll take the L on this one. It's fine.
Forget I asked.
Alright, so let's ask for sausages.
I need a ridiculous amount of sausages. Here's a list.
I'm sorry. We're not selling today. Didn't get my trade papers yet. I can't do business without them. It'd be illegal, you see. Could get us both in big trouble.
Oh, what a coincidence. Wait. Who are the...
I'll try to get you those papers.
So we could trade. What a clever solution.
I just want to, like, I want to double check. Cards. Quest log. Deliver the package. Get a knife for Hernan. Order meat for the banquet. I guess the thing that I'm not remembering is whether or not the trade papers that we have are for the butcher or for somebody else.
And in this position,
I think they're for the
sacrificed
butcher.
The Rook!
Okay, sure.
Hernan sends me. He says you have a knife for him.
I have many knives. Unfortunately, the shop is closed.
But you are clearly
Also
here.
missing trade
I
papers.
am. And I have all the
Yep.
knives and arms you might need, my friend. And yet, I can't sell them.
Oh, this sounds like one of those riddles, and I don't have time or patience today. Cut to the chase.
Uh-huh. Cut. I see. I see.
No.
Appropriate, for I am a purveyor of sharp things.
Go to jail.
Very clever.
No,
Alas,
the pun was
I
not
still
intentional.
cannot sell them. Don't have trade papers this month. The price of bribes is a little too steep these days. Can't make ends meet if I pay for it. Can't sell shit if I don't. Rock in a hard place, you see?
Then why are you here? Okay, so my question. Let's go back to the judge. They're not gonna let me, are they? No. Okay, so that this is the thing. Do I get the meat for the banquet, or do I get Hernan's knife? I'm guessing I won't be able to get a second set of papers.
Guess what?
I hate that game, and you know it. What do you have there?
You're no fun. An apple from Janie's cart. She's still here, can you believe it?
Seriously? She must be at least 100 years old.
Dang.
She could be a dwarf. They live forever. Look at Hernan.
Hernan is like 60 and he's crumbling. I call bullshit.
Immortality must not be what it's cracked up to be. What can I say?
Let's see.
Do you know if the judge's papers are important?
Why are you even asking?
I mean, nothing. Just curious.
How could they be if he entrusted them to you, my friend?
Wow, rude.
You want something?
What's this now?
I'm asking if you need something from here.
Oh no. Wouldn't be caught dead shopping here.
Hey, I'm starting to worry you'll get a sunstroke.
I'd rather risk that than bargain for a ring of sausages, you know?
Maybe you already are.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, your boy's poor memory means that if the papers were supposed to go to a particular place, I don't know. And we've got no key item log for me to be able to get context or to remember what that goal was. So we're gonna take these papers, this flippin' banquet that I am not excited about, and I'm guessing there's not gonna be another way, so better do this.
Wanna buy?
Good news, buddy. Got your trade papers.
Oh, lovely. I'll get your sausages delivered.
Can we get the papers back?
Hey, man,
But everything seems fine.
Interesting.
have I ever lied to you?
We've
How
never
could
met.
you? We just met, silly.
Exactly. See? There's no reason not to trust me.
Oh,
Can't
friend.
argue with that. Here they are.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. That's gonna get the butcher in trouble because the... Oh, I feel terrible. Because I don't want the knife so badly that I get the butcher in trouble. The butcher seems like a decent guy.
You're back.
I wanted to give you the papers. I'm sorry. That's not gonna end well.
Anything new?
I convinced the butcher to give me those papers back.
Good, good. Here's your knife.
I feel... the guilt.
Nice weather, isn't it?
Alright, we got everything.
Done and done. We've got everything. Let's get out of here.
Let me see. Carrots, leeks, sausages. You got the delivery details, right?
I'm offended you even asked.
Ah,
Well, what's this, though? One item left. On the other side of the paper. How'd you miss this?
I thought it was a scribble. Hernan's writing is like chicken scratches. What does it say?
Cultist's brew.
Um,
I had been wondering. Serrera ordered the good wines already, but they'd be wasted on some of the guests.
dang. They're like, we have to get some not so great.
Nobody's selling any drink in here. Where am I supposed to get it?
Where do you think, dummy? Does the name ring a bell?
Hmm.
Great. Another detour. Fine. At least I'm not on the decorations duty.
I haven't totally surmised what the difference is supposed to be between purple and yellow. Purple seems to be...
I hate this. Old man got us.
just
running
kind of
his
deal
errands.
with it.
I thought we
Orange
wouldn't
seems
back
to be
this.
resistant.
Climbed that ladder once already.
A little fresh air on the outside won't kill you. And things were simpler in those days. You must miss it sometimes, too.
Yeah. Serrera didn't used to be so pompous either.
Sure he was. We just didn't know how to spell pompous back then.
Okay. So, where is this the place? Ooh. Oh, report to Hernan is what they want us to do, so. And past the kids. Judge's office. Heading back to town. Here we go.
I gotta go back to the mansion. There's a lot to do, and I don't quite trust the boys with party prep. I'll see you later.
Not if I see you first.
Oh, almost forgot. I got you some tea.
That's suspiciously nice of you.
Right?
I'm not drinking that swill you have in your place again.
Oh,
Sure
so you
there
got
was
it for
tea,
you.
And you weren't just stewing roadside weeds.
There she is.
The dynamic between the two of them is pretty damn funny. What's it gonna be like going in here with Hernan solo?
Good news. Got your knife. You owe me a favor.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciate you going to the trouble and all.
Hey, got a question for you. Do dwarves really live forever?
My, jumping into the big one straight away. Well, yes and no. That is, we do not die of old age, as most creatures do. In theory, without falling to illness or injury, one could go on forever.
But?
But there aren't that many old dwarves around. You're one of the few I know, and you're not even that old. No offense.
Oh, none was taken if none was meant. Of course. There are dwarves around for sure, you just don't notice them. You see, with age, we slow down. Movement becomes troublesome and then impossible.
Oh, wow.
We feel time differently. It stretches out like molasses all around us. Eventually, we stop. But not fully. We still move and breathe, and our hearts still beat, just very slowly. The oldest dwarves I've seen would move maybe 1 or 2 feet a year, weeks between heartbeats. You might mistake them for stones or trees the way their bodies harden and weather.
It actually feels really sad to me. Like, what do you do in all that time? Especially if you happen to slow down and you're not near anybody. Just sort of like infinite existence of nothing.
You're pulling my leg.
I don't think I'll move fast enough to reach you.
I wonder if that'll show up in the game later. It's an interesting piece of narrative.
About that brew. It's from cultists, right? Any tips?
People like it when you pay them for things. Cultists are no different.
Worshipping some wild dog?
It's a wolf. It's an easy mistake to make with some dogs, though. It's the ears and the long snout. Some breeds... Oh, I understand. You were being flippant.
All right. See you around.
Alright, well, we completed the shopping list. We gave the knife. Now we head to the cultists' village, which I'm guessing is to the left, since we didn't get to go there last time. Yeah.
Do you need help with anything?
Rumor has it you can supply some liquor.
Look, man, I don't mind you talking about the substance. But there are some around who might not like it. So why don't you lower your voice and tell me who sent you here?
It's simple. I'm looking for booze for Sorera's party.
Always trouble with them. Don't want more trouble, though. Not right now.
Do you have it or not?
Fine. You need to find Cyrus.
you notice for each, if you look at the top bar, it'd be maybe a little tough to see, but there's a little notch in each square based on the number of times that we make a decision that's either orange or purple. And I don't know what that means yet.
Where do I find Cyrus then?
Damned if I know. Hasn't been around for days. You gotta ask Tahan.
I swear I'm gonna... Where's Tahan?
He's in his house. The wolfish one.
Dude's like, I really just want to do one job and be done. And instead,
Hey,
I have to do all this other.
Not go into my house while I'm not there.
That's a reasonable statement. That's probably the wolfish one.
Are you doing any better?
My brothers and sisters are meditating.
It is kind of gorgeous out here.
Looking for something?
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go to the big wolfish house. I am kind of intrigued by, this is primarily, and if you look at the Steam description, I actually checked it. Your Steam description describes this as an adventure game with a deck builder. How does it say specifically? It says, Magin is a combination of a narrative-driven adventure game with a deck-building card combat system. The non-linear plot, comic book aesthetics, full voiceover, and game mechanics are all tightly attached to the represented world in a unique fantasy setting. So it's not really a deck builder. It's a narrative adventure with this like card combat system. And I think it's really important to have that expectation when coming in here, because if you think about it, it's been a long time since we used any cards, right? We've been doing a lot of narrative exploration, which I obviously really enjoy, but setting expectations for these kinds of games is really important, especially since the idea of it being a deck builder automatically turns off a lot of people. It also automatically attracts a number of other people, and those people may have an expectation about how frequently they get to indulge in that card play. So like even I was noticing this kind of itch that I was getting, like when am I going to get to do combat again, which might actually be inside this very house. But the point of the story is that it's interesting to remember that this is an adventure game with a deck building combat system, not a rogue not a deck builder or a roguelike deck builder. Gotta keep those things in line. And it's nice because it does give me a deeper experience with the story than many, I'd say most other card-based games I've played. Let's enter Tahan's hut. Okay, this is gorgeous. The like glowing fireplace here.
Ah, is that the famous tea? Smells mystically.
Look at this pupper. This giant drool slobber just hanging from the jowls. Unfortunately, we cannot pet the dog. Yo, I'm sorry, these pets look high. Like,
I'm looking for Cyrus, apparently.
I wish you luck, my friend.
Some directions would go down better than wishes, friend.
I assume you come here in friendship, if you're looking for Cyrus.
oh no.
Unfortunately, he's gone down to the crypts to see his crops. Medicinal mushrooms.
shoot.
actually. But you have the right person, just the wrong time.
Okay, so I asked, is it a euphemism for liquor?
You want to head down to the crypts.
Why did my first thought be
it's just
zombies?
one thing after another, isn't it? Just go to the market, Alistair. It's just a few errands, Alistair. It never ends, Alistair.
You are a very pent-up man, aren't you? I have a tea that might help.
You know what? Oh, we get some cards. No.
I'm all stocked up on tea, thanks.
Suit yourself. Well,
I
if
don't-
you're looking for Cyrus,
I don't feel like
find the
Alistair would take the
crypts.
tea.
You have a purpose now. You can enter them freely.
Alright, you've reached a new existence card. Alright, so we're going to choose our essence gain and essence loss sides of our next card. Gain plus 10 essence. Okay, there must be something that like goes wrong if we max out one direction or the other. Like, there's gotta be, I have to imagine that this has some kind of impact. Deal damage equal to your anger without losing it. Gain scars. Lose 5 HP every turn, but gain 5 anger for each card played. Oh wow. I like also that we get to customize what our card is. Transform each momentum into 5 damage. Let's take perfected counter. And on the other side, we're gonna put gain expertise, gain 5 block for each subsequent card you play. And then, wait, that's interesting. The description here says gain 5 block for each subsequent card you play. And here, expertise is described as gain 2 block. Gain meditation, restore 1 HP for each subsequent card you play. And then see the description here says 2 HP. We're going to go with expertise because if we can still convert our maybe it's like the first turn you get 5 block, and then since we have expertise, then we get 2 block from then on forward. But that should combo fairly nicely with our convert all block to anger, so we can do sort of our burst damage attack. Okay, so where are the crypts?
My brothers and sisters are meditating.
Oh, here they are. That's got to be the crypt. Something tells me we're about to
Anybody here?
use our cards again.
Ugh, they smell funny.
Down here.
This place is very just so much about this game. It just feels very pretty. Let's see. I just want to get a good screenshot.
Are you Cyrus?
Depends who's asking. Are you perchance with the tax collection or liquor licensing offices?
Oh my gosh. It's just a freaking stoner.
Do I look like a tax collector?
Not in those pants, I guess, but what can I do you for?
Brew, a lot of it, and fast. And hopefully without sending me on a wild goose chase beforehand.
It's like I'm so done having to do all this stuff.
You see,
here goes.
I've been having an itty-bitty bugs problem, except it's not itty-bitty at all.
Oh,
they got into our
gosh.
chambers and ate almost all of the fungus.
Just
Bugs? Am I supposed to clean your mess?
I mean, at least it's not rats in the cellar.
You see, it's not the not-so-itty-bitty part. Giant bugs. The size of a house, actually.
Wow.
Did you get into your own stash?
You are high on your own supply, friend.
Look, I'm almost fresh out of any drink. 2 barrels left, and there are no shrooms to brew from.
I'll take those last barrels.
Whoa there, not so fast. Then I'll be completely out, and that doesn't work for us.
Oh.
Unless...
You want me to solve
We're
your
gonna go
bugs
take care of the
problem, don't ya?
bugs.
Well, don't you catch on quick, sunshine. Deal with the pests, and you can have the all-you-can-drink option. No charge. I'll even throw in some good herbs.
Why does everyone here try to give me drugs?
Why is everybody here trying to give me drugs? I'm sorry. This writing, I'm loving the lightness in the humor. It's a very dark world. That's actually a really interesting point. So the world that we're in is a very dark, kind of grim world. Again, we don't have any eyes in our characters. The town's really run down. The description in the journal says yeah, this is just it's not great. This ain't really the place, right? But we also are around people who are finding joy and connection amidst that. Again, Elle did something. Elle lost control, but is still part of the syndicate. And we saw in the journal that the syndicate was formed with a bunch of people who were kind of the outcasts of society, who formed their own community. The cultists might have, given us this kind of, I don't want to deal with the cultists. But they're all kind of chill. Maybe in some cases a little too chill. And so I think that there's something really interesting in creating this contrast of a very dark world, but people who are able to find lightness in it. And they're finding lightness amongst themselves. It's the community that helps keep you buoyed up when life is trying to drag you down. And I feel very much like that translates to our reality as well. And particularly for so many different marginalized folks who are finding themselves increasingly under attack, whether it's racially, due to gender, sexual orientation. It's a lot. And I think that oftentimes what allows us to push through hard times in our lives are the ties that bind us to the people we care about. And so even if it's not an explicit discussion or an explicit theme of this game, even just seeing the way that Elle and Nivea connect to each other, and you can hear the sort of joking and the playfulness, it gives this game a very different feeling, and this world a very different feeling than many other pieces of media that may have a similarly dark style. I think actually Darkest Dungeon kind of comes to mind, where it feels like all is miserable and hopeless. But here there's a survival of the human spirit, and I really appreciate that. Why am I not on this one? I should have done that. Alright. Also, I probably should have gotten my giant head out of the way. I could have kept myself down here and been fine. Nah, I'm gonna go away. I think that's right.
They might be why you're seeing giant bugs, man.
They're medicinal, he says.
Okay, fine. Where are the pests?
The fungi chambers are down the corridor. Best luck.
Something tells me we're about to have a time.
Little bit deeper.
Oh, yeah, I kind of figured. Alright. Something tells me we're about to have a bad day. Wait.
That's the stuff.
Yeah, the cultists are just stoners.
What are you carving?
A toothpick.
Artsy.
Yeah, something tells me that's where we're supposed to go. I guess I'm just gonna look. We're just gonna take a look. This cellar is a long cellar.
Hey there. What's behind these doors?
Deeper levels of our crypts. We had to close them for safety reasons. Some bug problem, apparently.
Right.
Oh boy. Okay, so then I do want to go back and check this first. I always make this mistake. I'm like, oh, well, what if I check this thing and this takes me down a path of no return?
Not choosing that way, like, ever.
Yeah, I vibe this. I vibe this greatly. Okay, so additional statuses. Alistair's health is here. Alright.
Here I am.
Oh, great.
Depends for whom.
Who are you? What do you want, spooky thing?
Hey, I'm a sentient being with feelings, you know. Mind calling me differently?
Oh my gosh.
Whatever. Ghosty.
No,
Come on.
that's infantilizing. Whatever. The higher-ups sent me to stir things up for you. I've got some prizes for you. Which hand do you choose?
What are you talking about? I do love is like, could you call me more respectfully? Like, I don't like being infantilized either. You asshole. And I feel like a line like this could come off as a little bit on the wrong side of history, right? That it's making fun of people who are looking for instance, like, you know, being called by their chosen name instead of a dead name, being referred to with their pronouns, their chosen pronouns. But it feels like in the context of this space here, where so much of this humor registers, and also like we're not really given the impression that Elle is the character to look up to or to admire. Elle's kind of an asshole, and so when he said whatever ghosty, and now that's infantilizing. Like, we're moving on, but also you're kind of a dick. Like, and I think that that effect comes across in those lines of dialogue. It takes some nuance and some precision, I think, to be able to deliver that in a way that doesn't feel like it's punching down. And I'd say well done. This felt like it hit correctly to me.
I'm not playing that game.
I'm afraid you must.
Ah, gracious. Okay, well. You're about to fight Centipede. Alright, so at least this way, now we've gotten into our, hey, if you haven't gotten to play the deck builder for a while, let's give you a chance to do some deck game. Okay, so our Centipede's got 100 health. I don't think we get to look at its deck, but I guess we do know that an attack is coming. So let's go ahead and barricade and high kick. Get some momentum. 25 damage? Okay, it's gonna block next turn. I totally missed that we got an indicator to tell us what the action was gonna be in the next turn. If you're gonna block, then I think I'm gonna actually warm up. Okay, shield bash, expertise. Yeah, those take action points anyway. 25 block. This Centipede is not a joke. Alright, it's gonna do something offensive, probably insult my mother. Better not insult my mother. Alright, we're gonna evade, get 2 turns of immunity, and let's perfected counter. Let's gain some stability. Getting a little bit of block each turn is going to be important. And we should save that expertise so that we can play a bunch of cards. Maybe we'll get our reduced our AP by 1. Damn. I was really excited about getting exactly battle stance and getting the bonus AP, but well. Alright, well, in that case, we're just going to sand toss. Wait for our full AP, and we'll use our expertise for combo next turn. Damn! I want to get more momentum, actually. But, alright, let's go ahead, let's use expertise. Because we want to get some block. 5 block and an AP. I think we should probably bring that shield down a bit. And that also gives us some extra... Oh, that's great. We actually broke through the shield and got a quick slash. So we actually built up 19 block on that, which is good because we were about to take hella damage. Alright, offensive, so we're gonna evade. And barricade. I wanted to keep that one. Okay. So I guess I don't need to worry so much about like taking a status. I don't really need to evade based on what we've seen the move rotations to be so far. You're gonna shield next turn. I do still want to barricade because eventually we'll be able to combo this, turn our block into anger to do some pretty massive damage. Damn, we're out of AP. Alright, yep. Chitin for 25 block. Ooh, actually, can we finish this? 3 AP. Let's stun you out and gain a momentum. Here's what I'm hoping. We did not get. I was hoping we would get the extra AP, but we could use our perfected counter to deal damage equal to our anger without losing it. Let's do this first. Transform each of our block into anger. Then perfected counter. So that's going to do 62 damage. And then we'll use no holds barred to finish it. That's a hell of a combo. Alright, let's take a... Do we have a card? Was there a card from the enemy? That chitin would be real nice. Let's see. Bling. Do you want to unlock this card to stun the enemy? What's the fire indicator for? Oh, at least we get to check and see what the card is. Do we want an additional stun? No, I think I'd do better with an upgrade. What did we want last time? What did we upgrade last time? Oh, maybe we can only upgrade him once. No, it was the immune. We and got immunity for 2 turns. So let's this time take our... Nah, that's pretty basic.
You think you can run from me?
Okay. It seems like L is kind of going wild again. Oh, buddy.
Where the fuck am I?
Let's see, the thing is, dude, you didn't have to get yourself into this position. You could have just stopped. No! Okay. I don't know who this little guy is. But I just damn that was good, y'all. Okay, wishlist this on Steam. We're gonna press the button. Folks, yeah, please make sure you wishlist Magin the Rat Project Stories on Steam. You're gonna see me pop this over and just hit that little add to wishlist button right here. But you shouldn't use that button. You should do the thing, and you should wishlist this game by using the link that's in the description of this video. Folks, I really enjoyed that demo. I just love a game with quality writing. I think the characters seem really interesting, and I'm very curious what is going to happen with L, who seems to really not be able to keep this anger under control. Wild. Anyway, folks, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed the playthrough of this demo, please drop a like, comment with what would be your what's a good question? People always say these things and I realize, oh, you prepared this beforehand, didn't you? Anyway, in the comments, if you want to leave your favorite part of the demo, what did you think was interesting about it? The gameplay, the card combat, what stuck out to you? Also, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications. And you can also watch this kind of gameplay and playthrough live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Intelligame. Last but not least, Patreon if you want to support this, patreon.com/Intelligame. It's a great way to help keep all of this work going. Thank you again to the folks over at Evolve PR and Daedelic Project. Congratulations to the developers, the Rat Project, because, yo, that was so good. That was so good. And yeah, keep your eyes up, keep your hearts open, and keep Intelligaming. We'll see you soon.